I heard you say some nice things about that Waxahatchee record that came out right at the beginning of the pandemic, which is one that I know I'm not alone in loving, but like felt just like a perfectly timed, beautiful thing. Did you hear that as it came out, or what was your relationship with that record?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of Katie's for a long time. Weirdly, like her and her, she's got a twin sister, Allison, and they were in this band, P.S. Eliot, like when they were kids, but they're from Birmingham, Alabama, which like Maria Taylor, who's played on a bunch of Bright Eyes records, and Azure, and Macy Taylor, who's played bass in the Mystic Valley Band, played bass with me a bunch, and their little sister Kate. I'm pretty sure that Kate and Katie and Allison were like all in the same grade at the same, like, they had like a arts kind of high school down there. But anyway, I've known about her just from that for like a long time. But yeah, there's something, that record, like, I agree. It was so, I needed that one. And it was so, it's just such a beautiful record. It's like one of the best records, I think.
Allison always had a heavy disdain for every link in that old chain.
Something impossibly soothing about it, and like thoughtful and smart, while also just straight like pleasant in some ways, just sonically pleasant. I remember thinking like, man, you know what? Like, I haven't loved a record. As you get older, I think it's harder to like love a thing the way you did when you were like 19 and it just totally upended your world or whatever. Like that changes over time. And I was like, I haven't loved a record this much in 5-10 years. Like, just love it.
No, every song on it's awesome. We got to do like a real giant show, right? It was like one of the first things we did once the pandemic happened. We played at this place, Forest Hills in New York and Queens. It's like a big tennis stadium, whatever. I think it fits like 12,000 people or some shit. I think it's actually probably, I mean, not including like festivals and stuff. I think it's maybe the biggest. I guess we played the Hollywood Bowl once, but anyway, it's like probably one of the biggest shows like Bright Eyes has like ever played as far as like our own show. But they opened that show, and it was awesome. I got to hear all those songs live for like the first time.
That was my wife and I. It was our first. My first post-pandemic show, like, went to Seattle, and it was kind of this thing where the first song she played was the first track on the record, and like I think I'd had like a couple glasses of wine or something like that. You're just sort of like in the moment of like, I'm ready for this to fucking hit me. I want this to hit me in a certain way. And she starts with that track one on the record, so it's like the exact process of like putting a needle down on this record that I listened to so much over that previous years, and like I cried. Made me cry for a second. Man. One of those moments where you're like not in control.
I think I cried side stage while I was watching him play. I was I mean, she's an incredible songwriter and amazing singer, and
then she sang on the one of the companion EP, like Contrast and Compare.
Yeah. That was very nice of her to do. Contrast and compare between the busy ones and the ones